Because, it's one thing I've noticed about these dating coaches. They're all pretty good looking guys. They all got great hair. That's why it's the only reason I'm not a dating coach, by the way. But, yes, it's true. If you're a good looking guy, you got great hair and abs and all that. Yeah, you can slide up to women and you can be all kinds of confident. And it's like, wow, it just works. It's like all the women who are like, The Secret, the universe just provides you with things. You just have to ask for what you want and put it out there in the universe. It's like they're all hot chicks. Yeah, ooh, wow. Men give you resources if you're attractive, and you're going to call it some philosophy. Yeah, ooh, or it's the universe. No, it's not. It's gonads. It's not the universe that's giving you stuff. It's male hormones that's giving you stuff. So, just assume that nothing is true until proven otherwise, but then allow yourself to build up trust with people.
It's a very logical approach to life. In fact, I think it would be the pinnacle approach to life, right? People making positive claims, you have to assume that they need to prove those before you accept them. But in our age, it's not how people think. Last question on epistemology, I promise. What is the relationship, if any, between epistemology, how we know things, right, and abusive relationships with BPD women or men if you're a girl? So personality disorders, basically. Is there an attack there from those kind of people, or what's the connection?
Yeah, that's a very great insight, Anthony. It's very, very well phrased and very, very fertile ground, so to speak. So abusive relationships are fundamentally attacks upon epistemology. Because that's what gaslighting is, right? So gaslighting it comes from an old movie where a guy tried to make a woman crazy by constantly interfering with her perception of reality, telling her things weren't true that were and were true that weren't. So in relationships that I've had in the past that were dysfunctional, the woman would say something, it'd be kind of shocking, something negative or whatever, and then you'd bring it up at some later point, and she'd be like, I never said that. I never said that. Now, I mean, I don't know, back in the day, there were no cell phones. You couldn't record anyone. But let's say you record it and then you play it back. Then she'll say, well, oh, yeah, I said it, but it was you who made me say it. You're responsible for my bad behavior. And so it's an attack upon your capacity to process reality. And if the woman, if you yell at the woman, then you're an abuser. But if the woman yells at you, she's passionate and you made her do it. Right, that's an attack on universality. That's obviously a straight up appeal to hypocrisy.
It's also DARVA, right? Deny, attack, reverse victim order.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So when people attack your capacity to process reality, they are attacking the most fundamental aspect of who you are as a human being. Because if you can't process reality correctly, you can't ever trust yourself. You can't ever trust other people. You can't ever be confident. You can't ever feel you're deserving of good things. And it is an attempt, like people who genuinely can't process reality correctly are insane. And being insane is worse than being dead. And I won't get into many details, but I've known a few crazy people over the course of my life, and it's a fate worse than death. So people who attack your epistemology, they attack your capacity to process reality accurately, are trying to push you into a kind of living hell, where you're so turned upside down, you trust yourself so little that you're easy to control, manipulate, and exploit. You can lie people into giving you resources. And it is a brutal, brutal experience to go through. The only thing that I can say is that if you've ever gone through something like that, nobody comes between you and reality ever again. Like if you learn from it, you get this, it's like the illness that almost kills you and then you're bulletproof to that illness. And so if you've had people really try and shred your epistemology, and my focus on metaphysics and epistemology comes out of dysfunctional. I grew up with an insane mom who was actually institutionalized, who was consistently attacking my sense of reality. This all scar tissue. Like it's not, oh, he's such a great philosopher. It's like, okay, I think I'm pretty good. But this all just hard-won scar tissue. This is battle scars. This is like, don't step in a bear trap because I don't have a foot. That's how vivid it is to me. So fighting for truth and reality and against insane gaslighting, that characterized my youth. I only survived as a mentally healthy adult because I fought like holy hell against that kind of disassembly of the human mind that characterizes abusers and gaslighters. So, don't ever doubt. Like if you remember something clearly, and if you want to write it down, don't ever let people talk you out of your relationship to reality. It is a brutal thing to experience, and it's also bad for them because it gives them too much power over you, which corrupts them further.
Yeah. When I had a BPD experience many years ago, not too many years ago, about 5 years ago, it ended. But I analyzed it in a speech I gave called Marrying Medusa. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on YouTube still, believe it or not. It's got like 500,000 views, went viral. But I analyzed the relationship from a philosophic perspective, which is the main point of view I had then. And just I could feel immediately as studying objectivism, I was like, this is a long-term attack on my epistemology. She wanted to manipulate my view of reality. I think a lot of guys in the manosphere who come out of those relationships feel much the same way, but they can't articulate it like you did.
Well, you'll also get it from your single mom. Like you'll get it from a mom who's divorced, in that she will attempt to layer her own resentments against your father onto both him and you and your relationship to him. And she will attempt to insert yourself so that she blinds you and tells you what you see. And, that's a seeing eye dog that's going to lead you right off a cliff, to mix metaphors perhaps a bit too much.
In the manosphere, we call them son husbands when they develop these toxic relationships, single moms with their sons and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Can confirm. Can confirm. You're the greatest. You're a monster. It's like, oh, great.
We got one last question from the audience here, and then we'll wrap up. Stefan, do you feel that universal truth can be fully realized apart from Christianity?
Well, yeah.